Gerard played on the organ The Arrival of the Queen of Sheba by George Friedrich Handel, and it's a piece of music that perfectly shows this moment of joy and happiness, and it's your own choice. Mike and James, you have traveled all the way from Brisbane to this little church in the north of Groningen to be married in your native country, Mike. 7 years went when you first met, and it showed out that your love is everlasting. And also it started on a long distance in the beginning. This is the moment of your engagement, after your engagement in Australia, that you confirm your love in a legal way, according to the Dutch law, in our country, in the middle of family and friends. Enjoy this moment and remember the love from everyone here at present when we all share in your happiness. Of course, I want to welcome first your parents, Graham and Kirsty, Joke and Hans, James' parents, Mike's parents, Be very welcome at this special moment in the life of your children. As a parent, you have always the wish that your child will find the love and happiness of his life. And Mike and James did. Enjoy this special day and be happy with your children. And of course, I have a special word to Christina and Gijs too. You are witnesses. In the past, you have been particularly important for either James or Mike. Today, you have the important task to sign as a witness for their marriage. James' parents, Christina and Corrie, Jack and Nadine, have traveled all the way from Australia to be present at this wedding day. I hope you feel at ease and you feel welcome in the company of this Dutch family and friends. It's 10 o'clock in the evening in Australia, and there are surely people who look at this moment, at this ceremony, or they look on a later moment via the web. We really appreciate your interest and sharing. Feel very welcome too. How nice is it that technology bridges the distance? It gives me, and maybe all of you, hope when young people from a different culture and a different background dare to take a step into their common future and their life as a married couple. World peace, and it's very important today, starts with mutual understanding and taking part in the life of the other. And let's be grateful all for your decision, Mike and James, to marry today. And let's enjoy your love in a world of hopefully peace. For a better understanding for James' parents and friends, we'll complete this ceremony in English. It's not my native language, but I'll do my best. And you will understand the meaning of a wedding ceremony. It's all about saying ja or yes. And that, well, everybody here in the church will understand, I'm sure. Of course, I'm also welcome you on behalf of the municipality of Groningen and the church master of this church. My name is Henk Boomker, and I've been, during my working days, bookseller, an independent bookseller with shops in Haren as well in the city of Groningen. And I will thank you, Mike and James, for the talks we had via Zoom as well last week in person in Zuidhorn. And when we talked about your lives and this ceremony, I really enjoy it. Thank you very much. And today you joined in a long row of people who has shared that joy and sadness in this church, which always have been a safe haven for those who needed it. In this historical setting, the church is from 1250. You give your vows as the personal part of this day. And with the other festivities on today, you want to thank all the people who brought you to this moment. Mike and James had thought about my speech. I got a word which, in my opinion, characterizes your relation. It is trust, maybe solid trust, as you named it, James. And solid trust seems to me as having confidence that when uncertain circumstances in the future will arise, you can rely upon each other. And I have the feeling that solid trust is far more than only having confidence. It expresses a far more deeper level. It's personal for those concerned. And when you have a solid trust in someone or something, you can commit yourself. And your marriage, Mike and James, means, as you said it, a guaranteed commitment to each other. And in your situation, it hasn't been that easy while living for a while far away from each other. I've tried to imagine what it meant to you both. It started in 2015 when Mike was staying for a study in Australia met James, a friend of her friend. He had enough time to show her around on his favorite places. The neighborhood, the mountains, the beach, the architecture, and I'm sure also his favorite restaurants, of course. It was absolutely meant not to fall in love. For is there any future for a long-distance relationship? You tried hard not to fall in love, but feelings are stronger as reasonable arguments. So in the end, Maaike went back to Australia in 2017 with the intention to stay and to give love a definite chance. They both had confidence in each other, but they became really aware of each other's trust in a relation while answering the question, could you see us as a married couple? And their yes to each other at that moment marks the start of your solid trust. You must build and work on trust. Happily, both of you are builders. One in a constructive way, while building houses with attention for instance, sustainable aspects of building, and it's necessary for the future generation, and the other in a mental and in a social way, building up people, so to say, people who need it in daily life. And in a marriage, you need both, the hardware and the software, so to say. And your professions give you a balance of mind between the both of you. It's the yin and yang of common life. And in such a balance, you can be direct, as you told me, in your communication, while saying the truth and nothing but the truth. And for this balance, it is very important that you share interests. It's history, historical buildings, but it's also camping, nature, hiking. But there's a difference between the two of you. James looks at the botanical and geological side of hiking and of outdoor life. And Maaike, she likes the views, especially the top views. But she hates the way to reach the top. But it's not only outdoor life. You also both love city life as well. But far more important is your friendship in the close of intimate friends you have at home. It's an intensive friendship with grown-ups and children as well, of course. It's about barbecuing. It's about being together, have joy, and relax. And of course, when you are a handyman, your friends can always use you. Mike and James, it's truly clear that you have a solid trust in each other and that you want to grant the other that guaranteed commitment in an official way while getting married. And let's do that. And about marriage, it's also the law who has something to say. But I won't tell you. The only article in the Dutch law is that you can rely upon the law when for a certainty when sometimes things are not going as it should be. And that's a guarantee for both of you. And you should, like the law said, you should grant each other this certainty by law. And to marry, you need witnesses. And you brought 2 of them. And first of all, Maaike, you brought your brother Gijs. Because, as you wrote me, it's your only sibling and your brother. And you have always been close together and good friends. And your Gijs, you were a natural choice for Maaike to be present at this day. And for you, James, Christina shall witness. She's one of your best friends, and you went to school with her a long time ago. And you know her for a very long time. You choose her as a witness because you traveled for the wedding to the Netherlands, and he was in your wedding as well. And while choosing for them, you also say something about their importance for you during many years. They have the important task to sign and therewith to underline, but also to support your marriage. And I'm sure that they even will support you in the future and the years to come. And you have decided, in legal terms, to keep your own family name. But even you, Maaike, you will use socially the name Westra Clark. But for the law, it stays only Westra, even in Australia. And I would like you asked to stand up, to give you a hand, look at each other, for you promised it to each other. I first ask you, Maaike, and I'll do this part in Dutch, of jij, Maaike, aanneemt tot jouw wettige echtgenoot James Campbell. En zul jij getrouw de plichten vervullen die de wet aan de huwelijkse staat verbindt. En beloof je hem lief te hebben, trouw te zijn, te koesteren en te beschermen in goede en kwade dagen, in rijkdom en in armoede, in gezondheid en in ziekte en in alle seizoenen van het leven, voor eeuwig en voor altijd. Maaike, wat is daarop jouw antwoord?
Ja.
James, it's your turn. James Clark, do you take Maaike Westra as your legal wife? And do you promise to fulfill the rules of laid on by the Dutch law? And do you promise to love her, to stick to your promise, to comfort her and to protect her, for better, for worse, in good and evil times, while rich and poor, in health and sickness, in all seasons of life? James, what's your answer?
Ja.
As a special registrar of marriages in the township of Groningen, I hereby declare you are now united in matrimony. In other words, I hereby declare your marriage sealed and I pronounce you to husband and wife. Dan verklaar ik als buitengewoon ambtenaar van de burgerstand in de gemeente Groningen dat jullie door het huwelijk aan elkaar zijn verbonden. You may kiss each other. En wij gaan even applaudisseren. Do you have the rings? Yeah, okay. And while they give the rings to each other, they will say something to each other. U doet het hier of doe je daar? Kun je het horen?
Best friends, partners, a team, forever and always.
Ik ga nog even zitten. I like to read the official document aloud because your parents are named in it. For you are a part, and it sets you in a long way, in a long row of generations. That's why I like to read who your parents are. And afterwards, you will also sign the official act and wedding book together with your witnesses. En in de akte, ik zal het in het Nederlands doen, want het is in het Nederlands opgemaakt, staat dat vandaag op donderdag 22 september 2022 in de gemeente Groningen is voltrokken het huwelijk van James Alexander Clark. En je bent geboren op 2 maart 1990 in de gemeente Toowoomba in Australië. En je bent de zoon van Graham Carl Clark en Kirsty Margaret Dallas. En je woont in Auchenflower in Australië. En aan de andere als bruid zijn de Maaike Roos Westra. Jij bent geboren op 2 oktober 1993 in de gemeente Groningen. En je bent de dochter van Hans Christian Westra en Johanna Runhart. En jij woont eveneens in Auchenflower in Australië. En jullie hebben verklaard dat jullie elkaar aannemen als echtgenoten en trouw alle plichten zullen vervullen die de wet aan de huwelijkse staat verbindt. Daarna heb ik als buitengewoon ambtenaar van de burgerlijke stand uitspraak gedaan dat jullie door het huwelijk aan elkaar zijn verbonden. En daarbij zijn als getuigen aanwezig Christina Anne Sims en Gijsbert Harm Westra. Daar hebben we de akte van opgemaakt door mij, buitengewoon ambtenaar van de burgerlijke stand, Henk Boomker. Ik nodig jullie graag uit, together with the witnesses, to come and sign the wedding book and the act. James, kom maar. Mike and James, congratulations. And I wish you all the best for the future of your life. And your future is in Australia. Completely understandable while thinking of James' possibility in his job. It wouldn't always be easy, Mike, to live far away from your family. And I'm sure there are certain aspects of our food, like hagelslag and kroketten, you will surely miss. But home is where your love is. In these times, we have a lot of opportunities to stay in contact. And sometimes, I know it, sometimes Australia is nearer than Amsterdam. In a way, in a certain way. So I hope you will enjoy your life in Australia, and I hope you will be able as parents to visit them often. And on November 26th, I will think of you when you will have your party in Australia, and I will toast on your happiness. You got from the municipality the wedding book, the pens you signed, but that's where you paid for. But I have a little present as well. It's a very small and little book. And there is nothing written in it. It has blanco pages. But you can use it, for example, to make a note of funny Dutch or Australian words. Or to plan a new date for the visits of your parents to Australia. Something which has been impossible. You have been new in the summer in Australia, but you couldn't travel before since 2020. You can also make a note on the possibilities for a white Christmas in the Netherlands. And I'm sure when you come, we won't have a white Christmas. But it's also, you can use it to write down suggestions for a hiking trail, or to make a note on the place in the country where you hopefully you can afford and you can build a house for yourself. Or maybe something like a new recipe for the barbecue. It's endless, it has endless opportunities, but better keep it as a symbol for all the possibilities of life. And remember this day when you promised each other a guaranteed commitment. I'll give it to you. We are coming to the end of this ceremony, and when I'm finished, Micah and James, you are invited to go to the outside, and there's a possibility for those who are not going to the Rietland to congratulate Micah and James. And of course, I can imagine that you as parents and witnesses also want to congratulate them directly. Sophie Lamers, who is the leader of ceremonies, has the important task to lead you through this day. And listen to her. And I wish her good luck. Sophie, where are you? She's okay. Yeah. Mike and James, have a nice trip to Berlin. A capital with much history, architecture and culture. Things you both like so much. And I hope this joyful day makes you forget soon all the trouble and problems you have had with the entire range of official documents you needed for this Dutch wedding. I can't apologize it, but I know it can be difficult. I wish you a joyful day, and I hope you will remember this day as one of the highlights of your life. Mike and James, be happy together and love each other with your deepest love. Have a lasting, solid trust in each other. And have a nice trip back within a few weeks to what is definitely your homeland. It has been my joy to serve you as register of marriage. And I wish you all a very joyful, nice and happy day. Enjoy the party. And we'll see you again. Thank you very much. I want to ask you, maybe not you, but I want to ask you to go outside the church and to form 2 rows.